First of all, Commissioner Burnett, thank you for coming. You know, Tom was at the Sun Belt, and this has been a long while back, and boy, we've come full circle, but Commish, thank you for being here. My best friend out here, Tim Floyd, he has as much responsibility for all this that's going on. I just went into your old office, and it's a hell of a lot nicer now than when you were here, Tim. But Tim, thank you. You know, in 1971, I had an athletic director, Ron Green, and a chancellor, Dr. Homer Hitt, who took a chance on a young coach. I was 30 years old. And, you know, Dr. Hitt said, Mace, I won't put any handcuffs on you. We don't have a lot of money. Just go to work. And I've been working ever since. I would have not taken this job if it weren't for Derek Morrell and Dr. Peter Foss. I didn't even consider it. And this was, when Derek came to my office that day, and this is about a week and a half ago, whatever, and he said, I've got all these people calling. And I feel bad. I said, you know, I don't know what's going on, and I'm just telling them to send their resumes. He said, Mace, forget that. I want to talk to you. He said, we want you to come back. And I think I almost fell off my chair on the desk. And I did. I told him that I would have to talk to my family and talk to Sue and the kids and the grandkids. And all they know is Papa's Field is at Zephyr Stadium, but there's a new Papa's Field that they're going to go see after a while. So that's exciting. Let me give you a little brief history. You know, when we came here in '71, basically, I had an open field, no fence, and the kids called the dugouts a lean-to because it had 4 poles and a roof over the top. And, you know, we recruited, and we had the guys, and some of them are here, Joe Bennett, and that were on that first '74 team that played for the World Series National Championship. And what a group of guys. I was fortunate. I had guys, I said, my recruiting, I'm not going to recruit prima donnas, Jim Kropag's back there, Manny and all you guys, but I want guys that'll work. And they came out and they'd cut the grass and they'd help me and they'd do things. And George Perez blew up the shed one day when we were trying to refill the tractor. But that '74 team really propelled this program. And as we got better and as we went on, Chancellor Hitt's dream was to be Division I. And I know it was very controversial for him, and I know he took a lot of heat to make that decision. And so we became Division I, and the rest is history. And, you know, I got the guys that are here, and Randy and George and Paul and all these guys just were unbelievable, not only players, but student athletes. When I talk about the student athletes and you young guys sitting here, you know, I've got a lot to learn, particularly Doc says I got to take a test. And you know, you ever had that dream sometime, you're dreaming and you got to take a test tomorrow? Well, I feel that way. Commissioner Burnett, tell me it's not hard because, but I got to take a rules test. But let me tell you something about academics. The academic part of it is so important, and I'm going to tell you guys, it's all about going to class. It's be very simple. If you don't go to class, you don't play. I'm too old and to change the ways, but that's why you're here and your parents send you here, and you're going to get your degree, and it's going to come from a great university, the University of New Orleans. Let me tell you about a couple of these guys. You know, they call it an APR. I don't know, help me with this, Commish, APR. You know, they came up with all of this stuff and about kids graduating. Well, we had kids graduating. Unfortunately, back in those days, they counted together. I got Randy Bush that played 13 years in the big leagues. He decides when his last year, he said, Mace, I want to finish my degree. He needed 30 hours. He came back, he got his degree in finance. He didn't take basket weaving, he got it in finance. But he's got his degree, but he counted against us because of those silly rules. Palmineri went out and played pro ball. Came back after playing pro ball, was in Miami, got his degree. And that's what it's about, guys. And I'm going to have a great support system here. I know Dr. Short and everybody else and Dr. Foss's staff. We're going to make sure you graduate, because I want you back here some year after you played 13 years in the big leagues and have a chance to come back like these guys with your degree. That's number one. Number two, we're going to play the right way. We're going to respect the game. We're going to dress like a ball player. The one thing I can't stand, and my good friend John Jay's here, and John said, Mace, the one thing I admired when I came to watch you play was you always dressed. You guys always look good. And there's a reason for that. My old college coach, we could not play a game. We had to have our shoes polished, and he had to check our shoes. And back then, you know what? I thought it was ridiculous until I started coaching, and I say, hey, if you look good, you play good. And we're going to act like a player on and off the field, and that's important to us. We want you in the community. We want you to help. We want you to give back. And all of those things are going to be about the program that we're going to attempt to build. I'd like to thank the current coaching staff to keep this thing together. The last few years have certainly not been very easy. I have no idea who we're playing except Maestri, and he had to ruin my day. He said, just remember, Mace, you're facing NOLA on Friday. A real nice guy. But I have no idea what our schedule is. I don't know who's coming back. I don't know who we recruited, but I can tell you one thing. I'm excited, and I'm going to give you guys the best that I've got. Hopefully, you know, that's for a few more years. You know, I see Tim Floyd. I see Tim Floyd, and I know Palmineri. You know, basketball coaches have shoe contracts. Baseball, Paul's got a bad contract, a glove contract. I got a call from AARP last week. They've signed me to a 5-year deal, and I think that's a hell of a thing. You know, we talk about academics. I want to tell you a little story, and some of you guys can relate to this. When I first came here, we brought some kids in, and I told my wife, I swear, we're going to make sure the next guys come in can study. And back then they had midterm grades, and we're sitting out in the lean-to, and the midterm grades come in. And I'm out there, and I'm going around to the ball club, I'm saying, Joe, what did you have? And of course, Joe Bennett, I had 3 A's and a B, Coach. Great job, Joe. Poopy, what did you have? 2 B's, 2 C's. Great job. I said, Joel, what did you have? He said, Coach, I had a full house. I said, what's a full house? He said, 3 F's and 2 D's. I knew right then we had to recruit somebody that could pass and would go to class. And believe me, we're going to do that. All right, why am I back? Well, I'm back because this is where I spent 30 years of my life, my previous life. 30 years of building something, a great tradition, and these guys are a test to that. I'm back because I believe in Dr. Foss, his administration, and Derek, and what they want to do, and I'm excited to get out there to work with you guys. Believe me. We're going to have fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. People say, well, the game has changed. You know, today they're talking about the bats, the ball's going anywhere. Let me tell you, when I recruited Palmineri, and I had Paul tells me that I held him from being in the big leagues to this day. I made him bunt too much. I made him sacrifice too much. And you know what? With today's bats, we're going to bunt. He said, I never let him hit 1-0. I made him take a strike. Manny Coletti's back here. He took more strikes than an Iraqi runway. Manny Coletti led the nation in walks that year. We had Mike Quaddy behind him hitting to right field. We were first and third every inning. And Kevin McGann could hit the ball the other way. Pulmonary at the bottom of the order, complaining to me all the time. Mates are holding me back. I got to get you, Maneric. I got to get you. But I'm back because I want to give something back. And when Derek, and how about this? How does this ever happen? Derek came out to the office that day. I said, I got to talk to my family. I'm sitting at my house. And I think my wife and my kids would call me technologically declined, not inclined. But my phone went off, and here's a text from President Foss. What's your hat size? And that meant a lot, Doc. I appreciate that. I told him my head's really big, and if I'd have known that this was going to happen, I'd applied for the Auburn job, because that guy's getting paid $650,000. I cannot believe it. I told Dr. Foss, I want one more dollar than he's got. It wasn't about the money. And the other thing is I'm back because we got to get that privateer pride back. I see so many people out there that have helped me along the way. John Alario, Harry Morrell, Ren Green, my guy that's always praying for me, and that means a lot. I need a lot of prayers. Glenn Scorsone, and all you guys, and all these people, Jay Romick, Lewis, back in the back, all you people, Jerry, all you guys have been with me, Jay, way back when we started this thing. We're going to have a lot of fun. Joe Sherman's in the back. Judge Saper's in the back. These people have been with me for a long time. And I'm going to tell you guys, I need your help. I need your help. This isn't going to be easy. I didn't think it was going to be easy. I didn't take it because it was going to be easy. But I'll tell you what, it's a hell of a lot easier than when I started in 1971. Somebody said, Mace, you're going to have to ride a bus. I said, a bus? We used to have vans. We'd meet at 7 o'clock to drive to McNeese. We'd get off at 11 o'clock. We'd go to McDonald's, great pregame meal, play a doubleheader, get in the van, and drive all the way back. And Derek tells me now the bus have Wi-Fi. That means nothing to me. They got all this stuff. You guys will be playing the Wi-Fi. I'll be asleep. But I want to build the pride that this great university had. And I know under Dr. Foss's leadership and his administrators that are here, we're going to do that. And I'm not here just to serve baseball. I'm here to serve the university. I see Marco, I see everybody over here, Dunny and Margaret and you people. I'm here to help. And we're going to get this thing back. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank, I see in the back, I see Mike Schlein, Walter. I talked to Don, Don Beaver and the Zephyr organization for giving me a chance to get back to baseball after I left the Sports Foundation. And so this is going to be fun. We've got a lot of work, but you know what? With all of us pulling together, and it's all about team, and I got Gabe over there, I know he'll help. We are going to do something, and we're going to have fun doing it. Before I close, I'd like to introduce my brain trust here. My wife of 47 years, coming in August, Sue. You know, you talk to my grandkids, who's the best grandma? Huh? Yeah, right there. My two children, Chrissy and her two boys and her husband Kevin, Jake And Noah? My son John, his wife Rhonda, my lovely little girl Allie, and my buddy here, Zach Attack. And you know, they were behind me before. Hopefully they're behind me now. And I'm going to need a lot of help. I want to thank all of you for coming, and it means a lot to me. And we're going to give it our best. And I need all your help, Pipes and Dave and Lawrence, and you know, Dave's my agent. Pipes is my rug carpet guy. Lawrence committed me to the assessor's job. And thank God I've got friends like that. And I see Brett sitting back there, and just so many. Billy, all you guys have meant so much to me. Gio, I thank you. God bless, and let's go Privateers.